So I found some more 3D prints for your garage or shop and for your projects. They're all very functional prints and I use them on a fairly regular basis, and I feel like you're gonna find them useful and get some value out of them. So let's get started. So carrying around your cutting wheels in your grinder bag is okay, but they have a tendency to get chipped up and damaged. This is a grinding disc holder and it has a threaded end on it that you pull out so you can load all of your cutting wheels in there and then screw it back down. That way everything will stay nice and tight and not get damaged. I printed this out of PLA, but you can definitely print it out of PETG if you're ever going to be out in the sun, or leave it in a back of a hot truck so it doesn't get deformed. This prints on 2 plates because of the size, and it uses 125 grams of filament and about 5 hours to print due to the layer lines being very small, so that it looks pretty good. I think you'll get a lot of value out of this, keeping your grinding discs safe. This is for a 5-inch disc, and just like all the other prints, I'll leave a link in the description to all the models so that you can easily download them. So the next, along the same lines, keeping blades and such safe, is a 7¼ inch circular saw holder. It works about the same way. It's got a threaded end that you thread out, and it's actually got a spacer to go in between your blades so that your saw blades don't hit tooth to tooth. It stacks 5 blades inside of there. You can print out more of these spacers for how many blades you got, and you can cinch it down nice and tight. I did print this one out of PETG just in case I do leave it out in the sun or in the back of my truck. This prints on 2 plates with 170 grams of filament and roughly 4 hours to print. This is going to be great. I have a lot of saw blades sitting in my bag that are just loose and all the teeth are hitting up against each other. It's not good. Print this, keep your saw blades safe. The next is a pretty simple one. My broom is always everywhere in the garage. I don't really know where it's at right now. But with this a broom holder, I know it's simple, but sometimes it's the simple prints that make the biggest difference. And having a place to hang up my broom every single time, and that way I know where it's at, is going to be invaluable to me. This is a 2.5 hour print, uses about 70 grams of filament, and I printed this out of PETG just in case I ever leave a garage door open maybe. I'm not really sure why I use PETG. I plan on printing more of these for my storage shed, and those will definitely be out of PETG because it's out in the elements, and PLA is not very good in the sun and the heat. It has a tendency to warp and droop, and you don't want that. So print it out of PETG if you can. If it's going to be in an air-conditioned place, PLA is fine. So when I drill drywall anchors, I'm always getting drywall dust all over the floor, and then I got to bring a vacuum in and clean it up. It's not ideal, and it's rather annoying, and it makes me not want to do it. So I have 2 different drywall catchers. You can put your mark in the hole, drill the hole, and all of your dust falls into this little catch can. It's not going to catch 100% of it. I'm sure some's going to fall on the ground, but it's going to be better than having powder all over your carpet or your floors. This one, everything catches right here. And this is a different model, which actually has threads to where you can thread a bottle onto the bottom of it, and all of it goes into the bottle instead of into the catcher itself. If you want best of both worlds, they have a plug that you can print to go into here, but I printed both of them just to let you guys know that there are different models out there. I'll leave a link to both of these in the description. The red one took 1.5 hours to print and 44 grams of filament, and the yellow one took 1 hour and 15 minutes to print and 40 grams of filament. Go check them out. I think you'll use these quite a bit whenever you're putting in drywall anchors in your house. The next is actually inside this box. It is a center drilling jig. What are you going to use this for, say? If you ever need to drill in the center of a 2x4 and make it precise, or if you're putting dowels in the end of wood, you can use this and it'll go right into the center every time. You pick the drill bit size that you need. This one's a 3/16. You put it into the square and you line it up on the 2x4 and you twist it. And when it twists, the center hole will be right in the center, and then you can drill right through the hole, and it keeps your drill bit centered. They do sell these on Amazon for anywhere between $12 and $25 depending on what they are. But for the cost that this took me to print, less than $5, I think it's worth it. And if the drill guides get chipped up, you can always print new ones. I did print this box to store them in. That way I don't lose them. And it's all print in place with a latch. That way you don't have to assemble it. The drill guides took 2 hours and 20 minutes to print, as well as 52 grams of filament. And the box took 3 hours and 15 minutes and 137 grams of filament to print. I love printing a lot of these boxes. I've got quite a few of them just to hold random stuff in. So even if you don't use the drill guide, print the box so you can store stuff in it. I'm always looking for my levels. I have no idea where half of them are at, and I've got probably 5 or 6 of them. So I printed level holders. They go on the wall, a couple screws in each one, and the levels just slide down into it. You might have to resize these to fit your specific level. All levels are a little bit different, but it's not too hard in a slicer to resize something after you measure your level. These are a fairly quick print. For a set of 2, it takes an hour to print, and only 35 grams of filament, depending on the size of whatever you resize your levels to. It's gonna come in handy knowing where all my levels are hiding, or not hiding. So when I do edge banding, I like to sand the corners a little bit to kind of round them off and kind of shape them so that they look like real wood. And using a sanding block that has a flat edge on it isn't ideal. This is a 90-degree sanding block, and it comes in handy whenever you're doing edge banding or whenever you want to just take the sharp edge off of a piece of plywood or a 2x4 or something. It's simple to use. Your sanding paper just sits in there, and you can hold both sides of the sanding paper and then just run it on the edge. Pretty self-explanatory. I'm going to use this whenever I build cabinets or brushes next time. And it's a 2.5 hour print and uses 63 grams of filament. I hope you found a couple prints that you will start right away after this. If you guys like this video, give it a like, consider subscribing, and I hope you guys found some prints that maybe you guys will like and print right away. If you guys want to see more prints, check this video up here. I'll leave one down in the description as well if you want to go find more prints. That's all I got for now. I'll catch you guys in the next video.